Wow, Warner Brothers Games, fucking wow. 3 years ago, on September 30th, 2014, one of their studios, Monolith Productions, launched a widely well-received title that you may know as Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. With its expansive world, fluid combat mechanics, and unique nemesis system, it very quickly became one of gamers' favorite games that year. So many people were thrilled when Monolith finally announced a sequel to Shadow of Mordor back in February 27th, 2017 called Shadow of War. Well, don't get too thrilled yet because Warner Brothers Games and Monolith have recently detailed how they'll be fucking over their consumers sideways. The following information comes from the official Warner Brothers Games forums, where Monolith announced that Shadow of War would be implementing what they're calling the market. Oh yeah, you're probably well aware of where this is headed. Here are the pertinent quotes on the matter. Through the market, players can purchase loot chests, war chests, XP boosts, and bundles, accessed only with an internet connection. Loot chests contain gear, weapons, and armor of varying rarity. Equipping and upgrading these weapons and armor enhance Talion's character abilities. Loot chests can also contain XP boosts that help level up Talion faster. War chests provide orc followers of varying rarity to help forge a strong army. They can also contain training orders to level up and customize orc followers. XP boosts are consumables that help level up Talion faster. Bundles package up loot chests, war chests, and boosts together at a great value. To purchase these items, players can spend Mirian or gold throughout the game as one progresses. Mirian is a type of in-game currency that can be acquired by defeating treasure orcs, destroying gear for Mirian, destroying orc followers for gear, which can be destroyed for Mirian, and finding Mirian stashes throughout the game. Gold is another form of in-game currency that can be used to get higher-level loot chests, war chests, boosts, and bundles of the aforementioned content. Gold can be acquired by purchasing through the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, or by adding to your Steam wallet using real money. Awarded in small amounts at specific milestones, and awarded for participating in community challenges. Please note, no content in the game is gated by gold. All content can be acquired naturally through normal gameplay. Monolith's post then proceeded with an FAQ section, where they further elaborated on the market and gold system, stating the following. What do you mean when you say gold can save time? By simply engaging with the world and playing through Middle-earth: Shadow of War, you earn items like gear for Talion and unique orcs for your army. These are the same items that are found in the market within loot chests and war chests. Gold merely allows you to get your hands on them immediately, cutting down some of the additional time that would have been spent winning more battles, tracking nemesis, completing quests, and assaulting fortresses. Does gold give me an advantage in the game? No, gold does not give you any advantage over other players. A player who invests enough time can progress the same amount and have access to the same content as a player who purchases gold. Gold is not required to progress or advance in the game at all. So basically, with real money, you can fast forward your way through the game's progress. It is straight up pay to win. Yeah, it's quite clear at this point that their priority isn't to release the best designed, most uniform experience possible for all players, but rather finding ways to exploit their consumers to make some extra cash on the side. I'm sorry, but there is no universe in which microtransactions has ever actually made a game better. Ever. 100% of in-game microtransactions are implemented with the sole purpose of making additional money, of milking money, and they know it too. It is so sad to see a studio like Monolith go down this path with Shadow of War, a game with such potential. And frankly, I'm not so sure this is entirely Monolith's fault. More often than not, it's the publishers that demand their studios to implement these types of microtransaction features. So if there's anyone to truly blame, it is most likely Warner Brothers Games. I'm afraid to contemplate what compromises have been made to the game's design to incentivize players into purchasing these loot boxes and XP boosts. They say that all the microtransactions content can be unlocked in-game, but I'm betting that Warner Brothers told Monolith to make the process as slow and painful as possible. They've kind of already hinted at this. Gold merely allows you to get your hands on them immediately, cutting down some additional time that would have been spent winning more battles, tracking nemesis, completing quests, and assaulting fortresses. So it sounds to me as though this game's gonna have a lot of padding to make sure that players look at the market and see if they can just speed things up. After all, microtransactions doesn't really work if it's too easy to get the same benefits in-game. And do keep in mind that these aren't just cosmetics we're talking about. At least games like Overwatch restrict their microtransactions to cosmetic loot boxes that are inconsequential to actual gameplay. You can't pay your way through faster progression or gameplay advantages. With Shadow of War, on the other hand, we are talking about loot boxes for weapons, armor, and orc followers, as well as XP boosts, all things that greatly affect gameplay and game progression. You could literally pay your way through victory with this game. It is the same shady scheme that a lot of modern mobile games have resorted to. It's sad, it's pathetic, and it shows where their priorities lie. You know, it's a dark time for video games when even single-player open-world action RPGs begin implementing these types of pay-to-win schemes. Oh, and did I mention that on top of the microtransactions, Shadow of War is being planned to have additional paid DLC? Just thought I'd throw that in there. So yeah, hell no, I will not be purchasing this game, and I encourage that you don't either. And for those who are thinking about buying this game but not playing it with microtransactions, I would hold on. We still don't know how badly in-game progression has been artificially slowed down to nudge players into relying on the market. We don't know how much the default experience has suffered as a result of being designed around microtransactions. Do not purchase this game until you know exactly what you're getting into. Wait for reviews, do not get ripped off. But more importantly, don't support this type of business model. It's not good for the consumers, it's not good for games, and it's not good for the industry as a whole. If this game ends up succeeding, they're just gonna keep doing this. So put your money where your mouth is and tell Warner Brothers to fuck off with this bullshit. Let them know that we as consumers have the power to make a game crash and burn if they don't start respecting us. So yeah, there you go, folks, a little PSA that I thought was worth sharing with you guys. I hope you found this video useful, and if you enjoy my content, I hope you'll consider supporting us on Patreon to help our community remain independent from third-party sponsorship and corporate interference. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!